Hey team, Jennifer Piper Kennedy here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about creating a client VIP Facebook group. So, why would you want to create a group? Now, I'm going to first talk about the difference between a page and a group and why I like a group, and then I'm going to talk to you about my top tips for you all to create your group. That's your challenge, right? Is to create a Facebook group right now. So, the difference between a page and a group is a page it's a public page that you can use for your business, and people choose to like it. So, you can post and post and post and ask people to like it. They actually have to physically go and like it themselves to do it, right? You can't do it for them. So even if they say, go ahead and add me, you can't, right? So what I love about a group is whenever I meet anyone, pretty much, I sort of let them know if they've been a client in the past. I'll talk to you about who you can add in a second here. But would you like to be added to my Rockstar VIP client group? And when they say yes, I'm able to add them, right? So it sort of really, really opens up who can be in that group. So who do I have in my group? Well, in my private group, I have clients. I have, connections, right? So hockey moms, baseball moms, anyone who has ever talked to me about beauty control, I'll say, like, you know what? I got this super great group on Facebook. It's closed, so no one has to see your stuff. But I actually, in there, I post all of our great deals when I'm blowing products out, some really great tips and tricks. We do contests, super fun. Would you like me to add you? And they say yes. Never, sometimes they say no. Never, ever, ever add someone to your group without having that conversation. I don't know about you guys, but I'm added to groups all the time. Then I remove myself because it's something maybe that I don't want to be a part of. Then they add me again, and I'm like, okay, no, dude, I just took myself out of there. Why am I being added back in? So that's kind of the first thing with etiquette, is make sure that you're asking them if they want to be a part of it. Because you can't just add them. That's like just grabbing someone saying, hey, buy my stuff, right? Without them actually wanting to. So make sure that you're actually talking to them and having that conversation. Now, how do I get people in my group? Well, there's a couple ways that you can do it. So anytime I meet a guest at a spa, part of my conversation is, oh, do you do Facebook? Because I've got this really great group. Let's say that the hostess has added you to an event for that spa. After it's all done, I'll go in and do a little thank you post. You girls, that was so much fun. Hey, I've got a super great VIP client group that's for specials and blowouts, tips. Would you like to be added to it? And if they say yes, then I add them as a friend, put them in my group, right? So spa guests, friends and family, anyone that's bought Beauty Control as a Facebook connection from you. Any sort of repeat client is great, but also new clients. Like sometimes you might be talking to someone and she maybe wants to try Beauty Control, but she hasn't. And I'll say, you know what, like if you want, I can put you in my group and you can kind of keep an eye and see if there's something that you want. And if there's a special that you see, then you can feel free to buying it. So that's another way that I do it. So that's kind of who I have in my group. One of the great things is whenever I do any big events like craft fairs or different things like that, and again, they've sent up an event page, usually I'll go back after the event is done and I'll say, hey, just adding potential clients, anyone that, I met at the craft fair or anyone wanting a great deal. If you'd like, I can add you to my group. Just send me a message or comment I want in and I'll make sure that I add you. So that's kind of who I put in my group and why I have a group. Now, privacy settings. So I've talked to you about why I choose a group over a page. Privacy settings. I choose closed. Here's why. Okay, so secret or closed, I just actually switched to closed. It was secret, and I thought there's not really any reason it needs to be secret. So closed means anyone can search for the group. Secret means it's like invisible unless they're in it. But closed versus open, what that means is anytime I put a sale in there and it's open, everyone sees it. Now, that can be good and it can be bad. And the reason that I'm going to say that I don't choose to do that is for two things. So one is if I'm doing blowouts of my own personal stock. So maybe I'm clearing out for year end. Maybe I've bought extra when it was on sale. If I'm posting that where everyone can see, it kind of sometimes can undercut other consultants, which we don't want. Technically we're supposed to be following the sort of sales guidelines that Beauty Control gives us. So, so that's why I keep that closed. And the other thing that I'm finding is, let's say Mary is in my group and she knows that her husband can see every single thing that she buys. She's not going to buy stuff, right? She might want to keep that private. So when it's closed, not everyone will see everything. So it allows me more freedom with my business, because then I can offer different sales and blowouts and things without sort of, again, going against Beauty Control's regulations and or my team and other sister consultants. Like, I don't want to be blowing something out if they're trying to sell it at the proper price and have everyone in their Facebook feed seeing it, because then they're like, well, why is she selling it for less, right? So think about that. I do encourage you to do closed. It doesn't need to be a public thing, because people will see it, and if you're building relationships, you're able to add them. So that's my opinion on that, and that's why I do that. And again, a page is all open, so you do have to follow the regulations put forth with our company and make sure that you're selling properly. Okay, so talked about that. Now, why do I do it? It's been amazing. It's a highly engaged group. That's the other thing. I think because it's closed, it's more elite, for lack of a better word. They want to be there. They want me to post things. I'm not just blasting things to your whole entire Facebook friend list and hoping that one or two are going to want something in there. These are women who actually have said, yes, I want in your group, and yes, I want to see your specials, and yes. So I post specials, I post blowouts, I post lots of great buys, but then I also post information. Even just the other day, I posted the top 43 books that everyone should read in their lifetime, and it created some cool conversation between us, right? And again, it's a safe place in the group. They don't have to worry about everyone else seeing those conversations. So that's why I like closed. So I post things like that as well. I try and keep it not all just sell, sell, sell. Again, give them some valuable content that they can read, learn from, get ideas. Make sure that it's mobile. Make sure that you're able to access it on your phone. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take pictures of my products ahead of time. So if I know I want to be running a sale, I'll take all the pictures ahead of time on my phone. And then if I'm sitting at the rink with the boys, I can upload into my group, here and there. I also don't like to just blast them with like 40 things at once. I like to space things out. So if I'm running a Boxing Week sale, I space it out so that, because if you post all of your sales, all 10 sales at once, the people that are on right then are going to get all the deals, and then everyone else kind of misses out. So I like to be able to sort of space it out through the day or through the week, whatever I'm choosing. And then again, that if you just blast everyone all at once, they see in their news feed 10 different things from you, it kind of gets spammy, right? So you want to make sure that you're posting regularly and on different intervals. So that's why I sort of sometimes will take photos or bookmark articles maybe that I want to post, and then I do it later on in the day, or I do it from my phone from the rink, right? So those are kind of my top tips. Now, how can you get people in your group? A great way is contests. You look on my personal profile, I run some contests, and I say, hey, Jamie Furrow is amazing at creating graphics. So a lot of times I will borrow her graphics. She does cool games. And the neat thing about Jamie's show is shares her graphics, which is huge, because that's so not my strength. My strength is talking and sharing, and I can create sort of that excitement in my group, but it's not making a pretty graphic. So you can kind of choose something and have a contest going, right? So if they want to be in your group, I always say, comment here, I want in. And when they say that, then I can add them to the group. If they want to get another draw for the free whatever you're doing a draw for, they can add a friend, right? And then you're getting more people who might be interested. And I always say, I just don't say like add a friend. I say, if you think you know someone who might like Beauty Control and some deals, tag her, because then, or add her if they're in the group already. But again, I don't want her just adding random people that don't want to be there, right? That's the key, is we want people that, you know what, if you love Beauty Control or you think you love a good deal on skincare or like some interesting tips, hey, you'd like to be a part of our group. So those are kind of my top tips. I sort of refer back to my group on my personal profile every couple weeks, and like, if you want to be in, let me know, because this is where the sales are. But it has been hugely successful for me. Especially for, I'm able to sort of plan my inventory a little bit better. So at the end of the month, I always put in one last order and get some really great buys. And then the next month, even though they're not on sale in the monthly brochure, right? They may not be in here this month. I bought them on sale last month, so I'm able to offer those clients in my group some extra sales in addition to this. So it's been really great because it really has sort of opened up my online selling, right, which is what we want. It's opened up a whole lot of new clients that I've met in there, and it's really, really increasing my business. So I encourage you all, that's kind of my challenge, is to get your Facebook group going. Call it something cute. I mean, mine is JPK's VIP client group, living a beautiful life, I think is what I actually called mine, blah, 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 blah. But make it kind of cute. But I encourage you all, that's your challenge, is to get a Facebook group. You know, try not to sell so much on your personal page because people are just going to tune you out, but create the group so that you can really start focusing and selling there. All right, happy selling, happy Facebook group. Bye.